Excellency Fonia, Kaushalya Devi Garu, His Excellency Frank Prio, my friend. I can't claim connection with France to be as far back as Mr. Yuhi Sethu. That comes to 1000. I fell in love with France in 1978, and I think my brother fell in France in 2008. He had an accident. Our family is quite connected to France, and my films, I owe a lot to French cinema. I salute French cinema. I am a sort of an Ekalavya of the French gurus, with all my thumbs intact. So I have a lot to thank French cinema for, and now for this honor, and hopefully a continuing relationship. It was fun working in France, and I have a lot of fond memories thanks to Mr. Jean-Claude Carrier, who has introduced me to a lot of things French which I didn't know about, especially the names of directors whose films I remembered, but whose names, when I mentioned, he could never understand whom I was talking about, because we spelt it with the English we were taught. And so Francois Truffaut for us was Truffaut, and nobody understood whom we were talking about. And but we knew about all of them, everything. Yesterday when we had Jules Jim's music playing, I had the visuals flowing in my mind. I am truly connected to France, and of course you spoke about Sangam. I never thought that 13, 14 years later I'll be shooting in that place. I thought I'd be still watching film, but I was in films already. So I hope to be in it still in times to come. I thank you for the honor, sir. I hope this connection and friendship and the continued production happens over the years and multiplies. Thank you very much, sir.
It was one of the first Hindi films that were shot in France, and I shot in Paris, and at the Eiffel Tower and the Montmartre and various places there, and the Champs-Élysées, and there are all the beautiful shops and things like that. And we had some very, very nice, interesting scenes to play, and the whole experience has been so memorable to me. And it seems like yesterday, because in spite of the years that have gone by, the 60s, and even today, Sangam is being remembered by one and all, because that was the first movie which was shot abroad, and the first movie which was shot in Technicolor, and it was the first movie which had 2 intermissions. So it had quite a few firsts for a Hindi movie. And of course, I come from Tamil Nadu. I belong to the Tamil fraternity, Tamil, all my people here. But still, what took me to France was this Hindi film made by Raj Kapoor. And I'm very happy that I could really visit so many places and see such exciting locales and venues, and the beauty of France. And the people were so courteous and so nice, and I have very happy memories of France. And I'm so happy that today this association has really grown, and I can see how much of you would like to have the togetherness with the South Indian film industry. And I wish you all the best, and I'm sure you're going to have a lot of success in all the future endeavor. Thank you very much.
Paid for talking those days. They stopped paying me, but I have not stopped talking. My association with France is probably second oldest to this stone, which is 11,000 years old. Way back in 1990, I wanted to restart Uni France in India, so went all the way to the Cannes Film Festival and met Toscan Duplantier, the chief of Uni France. He asked me to come after a couple of years. When I went back, he was already dead. So I thought, but my efforts to bring French cinema to India did not lose. I started importing films. So I kept on doing lots of services between especially Chennai and France and Chennai. And on those occasions, about 5 years back, Frank was good enough to contact me. We tried to have a similar function and it was on November 14th. We had the biggest rain. And once again, it was not my fault, so we couldn't do anything much then. Then I told Frank, please don't depend on me. Let's straight away get on the job and go to the ground and start making films. When everything is set and fine, I'll stand behind and then we have a function like this today. And thank you, Frank, and it was a very informal, unlike this, you went and met everybody, pillar to post, and it was rains, and we called Mr. Ravikumar that day, and then we had to call him up and cancel, it was raining. And with the knee-deep, water, he went all the way to Kodambakam, this way, that way, met a lot of producers, and it really paid, Frank, it was totally your effort, and your identification with this Tamil culture, Tamil people, it finally paid. And after that, we have got about 3 important films made in France after that, which includes Asal and Asal. Got a couple of questions to Sabrina. Sabrina was there. We saw that car chase in Tinie, which is supposed to be the second largest skiing sports venue in the whole of the world. And we shot in Annecy. We shot in Lyon. And so we decided not to go for the regular picturesque, postcard areas like Eiffel Tower and should below. We thought to go to the countryside of France and make it integral to the storyline. We got everything there. We had an extraordinary stuntman in Patrick Bruneton, who worked for Lyon, who worked for Mission Impossible. He was an extraordinary man with all the workshop and all the works there. The credit goes to Patrick in this car chase. And lots of things, and nothing there which you say we cannot get in France. We had everything, and we should have also asked Jean-Claude Carrier to also provide the story, which we didn't actually. And I have seen Mr. Kamal talking to Jean-Claude Carrier for close to 2.5 hours. They even talk on the preparation of coffee and tea, and who is the last woman he met and done all that sort of things. So they really talk it about 2.5 hours, nothing less than that, right from Mahabharata to Sartre or Camus and all that stuff. But interestingly, the actual Sangam starts from Vyjayanthimala ji, and we are very proud to have you today. The Sangam, which means union between France and India, started with her way back in 1965. And it continues today, and it has to fructify through your beautiful hands, Frank, and you have a Midas, such things are working out. It's a very beautiful gift for all of us. It is 11,000-year-old volcanic rock. There's nothing older than this, I'm told, in France, and we are extremely proud to have this as a memento. I now remember having taken you to Gajini, and I think therefore you give me this memento. I know. And thanks a lot, and hope this continues. And there is Suhasini there. These are all people, impromptu ambassadors between France and Chennai. There is Tota Tarani, who is quite sitting there, and a man who studied in Ecole in Paris for a year and studied there way back in 1975. There are a lot of silent ambassadors for you today. And you will all be very happy that things are coming to fruition like this today. I'm particularly happy for having been the guy behind, in sort of a worker in all this stuff, and today I'm happy to carry this on behalf of Uni France, those kinds of plans here and over. Thanks a lot. Thanks everybody.